14 Psychological Archetypes, Part 1. Hi, I'm going to explain the 14 core psychological maps of how each of us functions from. These are deep-rooted archetypes that shape our behavior, motivation, communication style, and decision-making. Later on in this series, I shall attempt to match them with the 27 Nakshatras of Vedic astrology to show you how Western psychology and Eastern cosmic wisdom align beautifully. And further in this journey, we'll also explore case studies to see how these archetypes show up in real lives and leadership situations. Enhance your knowing of you, and let us begin. You 1, the visionary, the future architect. You are someone who imagines beyond the present and is deeply connected to shaping the future. You intuitively see possibilities where others see boundaries. You are naturally drawn to innovation, strategy, and societal transformation. Natural style, big picture thinker. You thrive on abstract concepts, systems, and connections. Motivation direction, towards, focused on creating and achieving future goals. Attention focus, others. Your vision is driven by impact on people, communities, and the collective. Frame of reference, internal, guided by your own standards, intuition, and insight. Operational style, options. You explore freely, avoid rigid paths, and welcome flexibility. Viewpoint general, you communicate in themes and frameworks rather than specifics. Work preference, proximity, best when working closely with a core team of aligned thinkers. Emotional engagement, associated, deeply identified with your vision and process. Approach style, mismatcher, questions the status quo, prefers unique and new approaches. Time orientation, through time, sees long-term plans, timelines, and structured futures. Primary drive, ideas. You are energized by mental creation, imagination, and insight. 2, the strategist, the master planner. You don't just dream, you design success. The strategist is methodical, purposeful, and clear. You bring order to complexity and can architect scalable, goal-oriented solutions. Natural style, logical communicator. You think and speak in structured, strategic terms. Motivation direction, towards, always building forward, driven by visions of success. Attention self, operates from personal responsibility and internal benchmarks. Frame of reference, internal, trusts one's own logic and decisions. Operational style, procedures, thrives on step-by-step execution and reliable systems. Viewpoint general, focused on strategic purpose and long-term outcomes. Work preference, solo, prefers working alone to focus deeply and build clear roadmaps. Emotional engagement, associated, your strategies are deeply personal and purposeful. Approach style, matcher, relies on what's worked before, replicating successful frameworks. Time orientation, through time, strong at sequencing, timelines, and forecasting. Primary drive, activity, your fulfillment comes from doing, building, and achieving. Of 3, the reformer, the system improver. You see what's outdated and have a deep need to evolve it. The reformer is fueled by a desire to make things better, not just for efficiency, but for fairness, sustainability, and impact. Natural style, collaborative designer. You thrive in teams, refining ideas with others. Motivation direction, towards, inspired by a better, more effective future. Attention focus, others, considers collective needs and group impact. External, open to input, values feedback for course correction. Operational style, options, keeps solutions flexible and responsive. Viewpoint, focuses on overall change rather than detail fixation. Work preference, proximity, balance between collaborative synergy and individual space. Emotional engagement, associated, deeply invested in the change and its outcomes. Approach style, matcher, grounds innovation in what's proven to work. Time orientation, through time, structures reforms over time with realistic milestones. Primary drive, activity, you lead through action and tangible transformation. 4, the pragmatist, the practical executor. You're the builder, the fixer, the doer. You bring logic, hands-on skill, and practical thinking into action. The pragmatist solves real-world problems with grounded intelligence. Natural style, competent and methodical doer. You thrive on functionality and completing tasks. Motivation direction, away from, aims to prevent mistakes and avoid failure. Attention focus, self values self-sufficiency and internal consistency. Frame of reference, Internal follows inner standards of practicality and effectiveness. Operational style, procedures, favors structured steps and logical processes. Viewpoint specific, detail-oriented and attentive to every moving part. Work preference, solo, highly productive when working independently. Emotional engagement, dissociated, evaluates tasks objectively without personal attachment. Approach style, matcher, uses reliable, time-tested methods. Time orientation, through time, organized, deadline-aware, and disciplined. Primary drive, things, motivated by creating useful, visible, and measurable results. 5. The Maverick, the disruptor. You challenge the norm, question limitations, and thrive on freedom. The Maverick is fiercely independent, driven to break molds and explore unconventional paths. You're wired to explore what's different, not what's familiar. Natural style, adaptive and curious learner. You thrive on variety, learning by doing, and staying on the edge of innovation. Motivation direction, away from, avoids conformity and limitations at all costs. Attention-focused self, internally aligned, values personal vision over popular opinion. Frame of reference, internal, acts based on inner truth, intuition, and self-trust. Operational style, options, needs freedom to test, try, pivot, and reinvent. Viewpoint, general, focused on themes and the bigger picture rather than specifics. Work preference, flourishes when working independently without interference. Emotional engagement, dissociated, can detach from emotion to analyze and act boldly. Approach style, mismatcher, naturally resists tradition and actively seeks alternatives. Time orientation, in time, present moment focused, moves fast, and reacts fluidly. Primary drive activity, driven to act, create impact, and shake things up. Mar 6, the innovator, the creative explorer. You're endlessly curious, energized by ideas, and constantly seeking better ways. The innovator thrives on originality, change, and mental stimulation. You're both playful and purposeful when it comes to ideation. Natural style, perpetual student. You love learning through exploration, observation, and creative immersion. Motivation direction, towards, inspired by what's possible, new, or just beyond the horizon. Attention focus, others, cares about how innovations serve, help, or uplift others. External, values feedback to evolve and adapt ideas meaningfully. Operational style options, resists fixed systems, thrives in dynamic, open environments. Viewpoint, general, prioritizes themes and creative direction over technical specifics. Work preference, proximity, enjoys small, like-minded teams that support collaboration and experimentation. Emotional engagement, associated, passionately connected to your ideas and creative output. Mismatcher, instinctively tries new routes and reinvents what already exists. Time orientation, in time, fully present during creation, loses self in the process. Primary drive, activity, thrives through expression, experimentation, and innovation in action. 7. The guardian, the stabilizer. You are the anchor in chaos, the protector of traditions and the keeper of consistency. The guardian values security, predictability, and reliability. You create environments where people feel safe, supported, and structured. Natural style, steady and structured. You excel at maintaining order, upholding systems, and ensuring continuity. Motivation direction, away from, focused on avoiding risks, errors, and disruptions. Self, takes personal responsibility seriously and holds high internal standards. Frame of reference, internal, relies on inner duty and commitment to what's right. Operational style, procedures, prefers structure, routines, and clearly defined roles. Viewpoint, specific, pays attention to details, ensures all steps are followed precisely. Work preference, solo, works best independently where focus and order are maintained. Emotional engagement, dissociated, maintains a clear head, separates emotions from execution. Approach style, matcher, trusts what's been proven to work, honors tradition. Time orientation, through time, schedules and plans with foresight and stability in mind. Primary drive, things, motivated by tangible outcomes, structure, and long-term results. 8. The executor, the precision driver. You get things done with discipline and accuracy. The executor thrives on efficiency, planning, and delivery. You're detail-driven and dependable, making sure every task is completed to the highest standard. Natural style, hands-on and task-oriented. You excel in methodical execution and focused delivery. Motivation direction, alert to problems, driven to prevent errors and delays. Attention focus, self, committed to internal excellence and precision in your work. Frame of reference, internal, follows inner benchmarks for quality and performance. Operational style, procedures, thrives in organized systems, follows established methods. Viewpoint, specific, meticulous with tasks, attentive to all necessary details. Work preference, solo, operates best when uninterrupted, independently focused. Emotional engagement, dissociated, remains objective, assesses tasks without emotional interference. Approach style, matcher, builds on consistency, applies proven techniques. Time orientation through time, plans rigorously, honors deadlines, avoids delays. Primary drive, things, driven by concrete achievements, measurable success, and task completion.